Recorded Books presents a sci-fi audio production, For Heaven's Eyes Only, by Simon R. Green. This unabridged recording is narrated by Gideon Emery. Sci-Fi Audio is an imprint dedicated exclusively to science fiction and fantasy titles on CD, from classics to bestsellers, cult hits to critically acclaimed award winners. And now, For Heaven's Eyes Only.
Chapter 1. The Prisoner. It was past November, but I couldn't sleep. I wasn't sure how long I'd been sleeping, but it felt like a long time, as though I'd been hibernating through the winter, wrapped up safe and warm, sleeping soundly and deeply through the dark and the cold. But something wouldn't let me rest. And so here I was, up and about, walking down a long, empty corridor in a silent, empty house. There was no transition. One moment I was fast asleep, the next I was wandering aimlessly down a cozy-looking corridor with rich carpeting, wood-panelled walls and great wide windows. I sort of recognized where I was, but I couldn't put a name to it. Couldn't even put a name to myself. I had no idea who I was. But strangely, it didn't seem to bother me. I had no memories and no plans. No needs, no worries. Just me walking in an empty place. The setting was familiar, and a slow curiosity led me to study the painted portraits hanging on the walls I passed. The faces were familiar too, but I couldn't put a name to any of them. They seemed friendly, supportive, like family. I couldn't decide whether I felt vaguely comfortable in the silent and empty setting, or obscurely threatened. Or both. Who was I? What was my name? I stopped and concentrated, scowling till my forehead ached, and eventually something came to me. Drood. What was that? Was it even a name? What the hell was a Drood when it was at home? I started forward again, and soon came to the end of the corridor. I turned right, and another long corridor stretched before me. I kept walking. It was something to do while I tried to get my thoughts in order. Was this whole place empty except for me? A standing suit of medieval armor loomed up before me, and moved by some obscure impulse, I stopped before it. The solid steel was well polished, but it bore all the dents and scrapes and hard knocks of a long working life. Someone had worn this armor in the past, used the gleaming sword and shield that stood propped up beside it in some long-forgotten conflict. I frowned again. The suit...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?